Well, let's talk now to Samuel Ramani, who's Associate Fellow and Lecturer of Politics and International Relations at Oxford University. Welcome to the programme. Good to see you. So obviously a fast-moving, fluid situation. But what's your reading of what's happening on the ground at the moment?
Well, I think that the HTS rebels really caught everybody by surprise with their 72-hour blitz takeover of Aleppo. And now we're seeing Hama, which is at risk. And the opposition has largely been absent from there since 2013. And it's quite significant for the overall trajectory of the conflict because it's a leverage point, a linkage point between northern and southern Syria. And it's got vital transit lines that tie Damascus and Aleppo together. So if the Assad government loses control of it, their logistics are going to be severely disrupted to defend the remaining territory.
So what does the speed and the penetration, if you like, of what the rebel groups have achieved tell us about their strength and their coordination?
Well, I mean, that's the big question. I mean, I think that there were a lot of frictions boiling over between the rebel groups and the government even before this current offensive. There were thousands of people displaced in Idlib, for example, in October of this year. And the Syrian government suffered a number of blows to its own cohesion because of the withdrawal of Wagner Group forces, the Russian forces, and the replacements last year, the movement of key Russian aerial assets and air defense assets to Ukraine, and the erosion of Hezbollah and Iran's capabilities because of Israel's more than a year of relentless strikes. So this is a product of the Syrian government and its allies being at a relative point of weakness and them being at a relative point of strength. But there are already reports that the opposition is quite disparate. I mean, HTS and the Free Syrian Army are very different ideological orientations, and their cohesion in the longer term could be weaker.
So you say that President Assad was at a relative point of weakness when this happened. What has what's happened now done to his position?
Well, definitely puts his position at the gravest threat that it's been since the Russians launched their military intervention in 2015. Obviously, it's still a long way away from an overthrow because the rebels have to take over Damascus. But it's definitely a very concerning set of developments, and it basically smashes that illusion of authoritarian stability that Syria has largely had since 2020, when the rebels were pretty much confined to the district of Idlib. So it's a serious blow to his authority. But the problem is the rebels don't really have very many external backers, whereas Assad does. Assad's got Russia and Iran. The rebels, there's been some rumors about Turkish coordination with them, but the vast majority of Arab countries that were on the rebel side beforehand, including Saudi Arabia, have now normalized with Syria. Syria is back in the Arab League. So Assad's still got international partners, but his position is precarious.
Samuel, good to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the programme. That's Samuel Ramani from Oxford University.